The Blues are flying, and this man is also... Lachie, thank you so much for coming in, mate. Firstly, who got it right, Howie, Fogarty, or Brownie Fogarty?
Yeah, I think Howie got it right, mate. I do say Fogarty, but yeah, I can see how people say Fogarty. It doesn't really bother me, to be honest.
Well, you get the final say. It's your name.
Yeah, Lachie Fogarty.
Fogarty.
That's what I'll run with.
We'll roll with Fogarty. How much will Carlton win the grand final by this year? I think it's all yours.
Yeah, look, we're not going that far just yet. We're just focusing on the Giants this week. So yeah, play them on Saturday, which we're looking forward to.
It's exciting. I love seeing. I've never been a Carlton fan my whole life, as I've mentioned on the show.
The lid comes off bloody quickly.
It's never made me happier to see a team lose than Carlton over the years. But now I'm into Carlton now. I'm enjoying it, and I'm loving seeing the Blue Army firing right up. Does it feel good? Are you feeling that energy at the club, though?
Oh, in terms of the fans, it's been massive. To have 70, 80,000 at nearly every game is huge for us, and I guess we look at it as a competitive advantage. They're like our 19th man. So, yeah, the Blue Army, they turn up everywhere, that's for sure.
How have you gone adjusting to that? You started out down at the Cattery, and we know they've got a big fan base, but you come across a second opportunity. Was there ever doubts that you wouldn't have that?
Yeah, so the Cats there, I feel like they're a bit of an older fan base. And then, yeah, when I first came here in 2021, I probably didn't realise what I was getting myself into. And, we weren't going that great then. But the one thing I love about the Blues fans is they're always there and they're very passionate.
You kicked the 3 goals on the weekend, obviously got hot. And I love the fact that when you're listed as a medium forward, which we do have to address at one point because at 180 centimetres, that is anything but small. But I've got it on decent enough authority that Charlie Curnow, who is leading the Coleman, you said, out of the 50, mate, this area is mine.
I don't know who your sources are there, but I just felt like Charlie wasn't doing much in that game, so I thought, I might just play out of the square here. Orazio as well, I think he had similar thoughts. Yeah.
All right. So you clear Charlie Curnow out of the forward line?
Oh, we discussed it at three-quarter time that might be a possibility. Nah, he still played his role, and I was still playing much higher up the ground than Charlie, that's for sure.
Who have you got down there as your forward line coach?
Jordan Russell.
Nice.
So, he's been great for us. He's come on board, which has allowed Ash Hansen to be the senior assistant, and got a great relationship with Russ, and the clarity he gives me in my role and what I need to achieve each week, it's been huge for me.
So what's caused the turnaround at the club over the last few years, do you think?
Oh, I think there's a number of things. When I first came across, the group was still pretty young, and I feel like we've matured a lot in the last couple of years, and obviously having Vossi come along on board, and just his leadership during some tough times, and in particular last year, he's been massive for this group, and when we probably weren't kicking the scores and everyone was saying we need to become better with the ball in hand, he was always talking about our defence, how that wasn't up to standard. So that's been a big focus point for us.
I've been big on the fact, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that the Blues have now got a little bit of that Michael Voss doggedness about them. That sort of that gritty the top lip starts to quiver, and, if I have to, I will do it and I'll go to any length to win. Is there a bit of that coming through?
Oh, maybe. I was unfortunately didn't see Vossi in his prime. I was probably a bit young there, and obviously
you've got YouTube if you've got half an hour, mate.
No, I've certainly looked at some of his highlights.
Are you telling me Vossi hasn't dragged out a few of his highlights during a review?
Oh, not yet. I'm sure he will at some stage. But no, I've gone on YouTube before, and you just see how tough he was, and I guess that's the brand of footy that we want to play, is a tough, contested, defensive brand of footy.
There's some great grand final highlights of Vossi sticking it to the pies, I've got to say.
Well, that's one of my favourite clips. We went with it last night on Talking Footy, where he bundles over Scotty Burns, gets back, gives the handball to Black. Black kicks the goal, and he just stands over the top of Scotty Burns into his ear.
Yeah, I have seen that. That was pretty impressive. I like that one.
As a small forward, your job obviously a touch easier when you've got a couple of Coleman medalists up there where the ball goes a lot too, and you just at their feet.
Yeah, it's pretty predictable at times, and with Harry and Charlie, if they're not going to mark the ball, they're going to bring it to the front. So, on the weekend, they probably didn't mark as many as they usually do, which allowed myself and Orazio to get in the game and finish with some goals.
Orazio kicked 4.
Razia's got a good name too. Do you say Fantasia or Fantasia?
I say Fantasia.
Yeah.
I need to ask him what it is. I'm not actually sure.
Again, so Nathan Brown's gone with Fogarty, which is wrong, and he tried to invent Fantasia,
He did.
which was, again, completely wrong.
Wrong.
Yes. So what about some of the rest of your team? You were interested as to, and this always fascinates you, Lehmo, about who is the fun
Yes.
guys in the side?
I've got a list of questions for you
Yep.
about your teammates. You can just give us one name responses and we might dig a little further
no
if
worries.
required. Funniest teammate?
I'll go Matt Cottrell, and Matt Kennedy as well. They're probably two of the funniest guys.
Right. Are they pranksters? Are they putting stuff in people's lockers? Are they?
Yeah, Cots is maybe a little bit, but yeah, Matt Kennedy probably more jokes and things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Which of your teammates is the most likely just to send a sneaky suck up to the coach text message to Vossi?
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Yeah, jeez. I'm not really sure.
Are you allowed
honest.
to have coaches' pets?
Yeah, and
Hang on, so if you don't have the answer,
Oh, no.
are you one of the favourites?
no, I don't think that's
Okay,
true.
okay.
I'll probably think Weeders would be, to be
Yeah.
honest, which I think he's everyone's favourite. So reliable.
Okay. Who would have the messiest locker?
Jeez, Jackson Binns, I reckon, one of the younger boys. Yeah.
Disgrace.
Yeah, not good in there. No.
Not good. Who'd be the worst roommate if you're on the road?
Maddie Carroll, probably needs to share a bit more after training. Just a younger boy, still learning his way.
Who's the most fashion conscious, or put another way, constantly checking themselves in the mirror to make sure everything looks $1,000,000?
You've got Alex Murkov. So
Yeah.
he's got his own clothing brand at the moment.
Okay.
So Utopia. So a bit of a shout out there. And yeah, he's right into his fashion.
All right, got two more for you. Who's the first on Tinder post-match?
Gee, he's one of the single boys. There's not too many. I'll say Sammy Walshy. Yep.
Right, Walshy.
What
There
a
we
catch
go.
that'd be too.
And who's the first to check the stats post-match?
Elijah Hollins, he actually
Right.
did get caught out one game and he claimed that he was checking his pressure acts, which I don't think was true.
Yeah, complete lie that'd be. Hey, hang around. Plenty more to talk to you about, and especially one thing I've been told about, a little nickname we need to get to the bottom of.
Lachie Fogarty from the Carlton Football Club has stuck around ahead of their game against the Giants. By the way, there's plenty of time for more action to play out in 2024, and the best way to be a part of it is by becoming a Carlton member. Visit membership.carltonfc.com.au. Become a Blues member today, Daisy, for as little as $45.
How good is that? And membership numbers through the roof, rightfully so. The rusted-on fans have been there, but now just the belief is growing. Dogger, talk to me.
Yep. Nickname?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that probably started at Geelong, to be honest. I get called Fogger. Someone said Fogger Dogger. And, yeah, a few of the Geelong boys were calling me that when we played against them. And, yeah, a few boys caught on board.
Right.
So that's as simple as Fogger became Fogger Dogger, became Dogger.
Because
Pretty much.
when I reached out to one of the boys and they said go with Dogger, I thought there was going to be a great story.
Yeah, I know.
Nah,
We're
not
a
at
pretty
all.
uncomplicated race of people, aren't we?
We are.
Really? Fogger Dogger. Yep, sounds good.
Pretty
What
simple.
about your skipper, Paddy Cripps? We know Brownlow medalist. His year, and from the outside looking in, seems like he has gone to a whole nother level with his ability on game day, but also his leadership. Is that a fair shout?
Yeah, absolutely. He's gotten even better, I think, in the last couple of years, and you see why that is the case. He puts so much work, particularly off field, and his recovery and things like that. But even from a mindset point of view, I think he's right into his psychology. So he's been massive for this footy club, and you walk a bit taller, I think, with Cripper when he's leading you out. And I think the bigger the game, the bigger he steps up.
And you're playing GWS this weekend at a stadium I swear I've never heard of before. Where is it?
Well, it's Giant Stadium. They've just rebranded it.
Have they just rebranded
They've
it?
got a
the
new
NG.
sponsor.
How long ago did they do that?
This
year.
season.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's how much attention I've been paying.
Don't
That's
worry.
Giant Stadium.
It
didn't
snuck up on a
spot us,
few
yeah.
of us.
Oh, God. Well, there you go. So you're playing at GWS's ground this weekend. NG Stadium.
Well, and it becomes a big game. You guys are flying, and they're going like genuine bastards.
Oh, it's massive. I know they'll be right up for the fight, and I think we've got the last two games of one up there against them. But they've got some talented players like Toby Green that we'll have to watch out for.
Do you know who sort of comes to you in these games, or is it?
Not necessarily. You always look at their half backs and who they've got. Guys like Lachie Whitfield and Lachie Ash and guys who are really good with the ball in hand and make good decisions. So you have a bit of an inkling of who might come to you, yeah.
The other one, Lehmo, that you were talking about, Chincotta. I know
Yes.
he's impressed you, the big bald nut getting it done.
Yes.
Can you provide some insight for my good mate?
Oh, he's as tough as they come, and I know in pre-season you hate playing on blokes like that.
Yes.
And, he won't leave your side, and I think he looks forward to these challenges of playing on the best players. And the last 5 weeks or so, he's done a tremendous job for our team.
Oh, good opportunity for the Blue Baggers to cement that number 2 spot
Yeah.
on the ladder. Get the home final happening. I know you don't want to talk it up too much there.
It's hard not to, though. Like the momentum that the
Yes.
Blues have. And I think we were the Teague train, and we were no chance of making finals. We won 2 games, and all of a sudden, out of the woodwork, there's thousands at training.
Yeah.
You guys are legitimate top 4 chance, and we touched on it before. But
I reckon they're just about a lock if they win this week.
well, and going
Come on.
forward, there's a couple of easy-ish games, the Dogs in the North to follow. But the buzz around town, you're not going to be able to escape it. Will there come a point in the season where you have to actually sit down as a group and embrace it?
Yeah, probably embrace it. I think that's all part of it. But I think what Vossi does and the leaders do is, honestly, we just focus on 1 week at a time, and he sort of breaks the season up into months. And
I'll tell you what, the fans are not taking it 1 week at a time. I had a mate of mine, it's a true story, called me. I'm walking the dogs this morning, right? He rang me, a mad Carlton fan. He goes, hey, can you get grand final tickets?
I've been asked that numerous occasions as well.
I said,
And we've
well,
now got it in, so
we'll see how we
that's
go.
2 plus another 2 for me if you can.
yeah, I'll hook you boys up. Sounds good.
What about, you touched on the boys going on Tinder before, your status?
No, I'm locked down, mate. Been in a relationship for about 5 years now, so yeah, very settled.
Well done.
5 years, so that'd be proposal be on the boards then.
Jeez,
Pressure.
pressure's been put on. I think there's a few boys at the footy club that might be before me, such as Adam Chera. So until he gets it done, I think I'll be waiting.
There you go. There he's just straight under the bus.
Transfer the pressure
That
right
does
there.
make it official, though. Once Chera goes down, you've officially put your
Yeah,
hand up
it's-
as being next.
Probably not a good thing, is it? But yeah, we'll get to that.
Who do you knock around with? Last one before we let you go. You've been very generous with your time. Who are
Yeah.
you knocking around with? Because it seems like you've got a really good core group of young blokes to have a bit of fun with.
Oh, for sure. We're all similar ages. I feel like the forward line's pretty tight. A lot of guys in there, particularly small forwards. So you got Matt Owies, Jesse Motlop, Corey Durden, Matty Cottrell as well. So yeah, we tend to hang around with each other.
Is it a bit like that? Does the back line all hang out together?
Yeah, they do. They're probably the boring group we think of out of all the lines.
It's not that
So
hard, Lehmo. You see it, you punch it.
yeah.
Right.
This is the membership selling group.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, us forwards we stick together.
Love that. Hey, thanks very much for coming in, Dogger. We wish you all the very best for the back half of the season. And 2 tickets for you.
I'll have two for me. Well,
Yeah.
one for me, mate, and one for me.
Yeah, and I'll have 2 as well
Yeah.
once you get to the grand final. Thank you very much.
Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me.